Hello and welcome to Verdictum. I am Ananya Singh and you're watching today's legal news, where we update you with the recent important legal developments across the nation. Let's take a look at the headlines. Supreme Court clarifies criteria for invoking Section 120B IPC in PMLA proceedings. Supreme Court clears path for Wrestling Federation of India elections. Centre constitutes tribunal to adjudicate ban on Methi extremist organizations. Allahabad High Court criticizes practice of proxy representation by Pradhan Patis. Shiv Sena leader and former Mumbai Mayor Datta Dalvi arrested for alleged objectionable remarks against CM Eknath Shinde. Now the headlines in detail. In a significant judgment delivered by the Supreme Court today, it has been clarified that an offence of criminal conspiracy under Section 120B of the Indian Penal Code will be deemed a scheduled offence under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act only if the alleged conspiracy is aimed at committing an offence explicitly included in the schedule of PMLA. A bench of Justice Abhay S. Oka and Justice Pankaj Mittal made the observation in an appeal against a decision of the Karnataka High Court, which refused to quash proceedings in a case involving charges of money laundering. The particular case originated with a complaint filed by the Enforcement Directorate in March last year against the former Vice-Chancellor of Alliance University. The allegations against the VC were that during her tenure from 2014 to 2016, she conspired to execute a sham sale deed without consideration involving the properties of the university. It was also alleged that she facilitated other accused persons in concealing money siphoned from the university. Displeased with the proceedings before the special PMLA court, the petitioner approached the Karnataka High Court under Section 482 of the Criminal Procedure Code, seeking to quash the criminal proceedings against her. The High Court, however, relying on the Vijay Madan Lal Chaudhary judgment, held that a person need not be accused in the principal offence for being subject to PMLA proceedings. The High Court also said that providing assistance in the process or activity constitutes a part of the crime of money laundering. In response, the VC approached the Supreme Court, which quashed the proceedings against the VC. It is worth noting that the top court previously, while hearing applications seeking the reconsideration of the Vijay Madan Lal Chaudhary judgment, orally remarked that ED cannot invoke Section 120B of IPC if the criminal conspiracy is not linked to a scheduled offence as provided under Section 2Y of PMLA. A two-judge bench of the Supreme Court comprising Justice Abhay S. Oka and Justice Pankaj Mittal have given approval for the Wrestling Federation of India to conduct elections. The apex court with this has overturned a previous stay imposed on the WFI by the Punjab and Haryana High Court. Questioning the rationale behind the decision of the High Court, the top court emphasized that a more appropriate approach would have been to allow elections to proceed and link the results to the outcome of the case pending before it. To give you a background of the issue, the legal dispute originated with the writ petition filed by the Haryana Wrestling Organization, which challenged a move to allow the Haryana Amateur Wrestling Association to cast votes in the WFI polls, which were initially scheduled for July 4th. Pending this writ petition, the High Court decided to pass an interim order staying the WFI elections. The Guwahati High Court too issued a stay on the elections after the Assam Wrestling Federation sought the right to participate in the polling process. During the delays, the international body for wrestling, United World Wrestling, issued warnings, but in August this year, the UWW suspended WFI for its inability to conduct elections democratically. Currently, an ad hoc committee established by the Indian Olympic Association is overseeing the affairs of WFI. With the Supreme Court's ruling now, the WFI is now poised to move forward with the election process. In a recent development, the central government has established the Unlawful Activities Prevention Tribunal to determine the ban on 9 Methi extremist organizations under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. The tribunal will function under the leadership of Justice Sanjay Kumar Medhi of the Guwahati High Court, who will assess whether there is sufficient cause to declare the 9 organizations as unlawful associations. The organizations in question include the People's Liberation Army and its political wing, the Revolutionary People's Front, the United National Liberation Front, along with its armed wing, the Manipur People's Army, among others. The said organizations were notified as unlawful associations by the Ministry of Home Affairs on November 13 for a period of 5 years. The ministry justified its action by exercising the powers conferred to it by the proviso to subsection 3 of section 3 of the UAPA Act. The said proviso grants the central government power to declare an association as unlawful with immediate effect. As per the notification, the 9 organizations stood as unlawful associations from November 13, as they were pursuing actively the secession of Manipur from India through armed struggle and inciting indigenous people of Manipur for the same. The Allahabad High Court has taken a firm stance against the prevalent practice of Pradhanpatis, acting as proxies for women village heads. The term Pradhanpati is commonly used to refer to the husbands of women village heads or Pradhans. An unauthorized but common practice prevalent across villages in India is that the Pradhanpati takes over the work of a woman Pradhan. Dismissing a writ petition by a Pradhanpati, Justice Saurabh Sham Shamsheri said that a Pradhanpati has no business to interfere with the working of a Gram Sabha, and this practice only frustrates the cause of women empowerment. The court highlighted that there are many instances where a woman Pradhan is reduced only to a rubber stamp, and for all practical purposes, all major decisions are taken by the so-called Pradhanpati, and the elected representative acts like a mute spectator. The court further emphasized that women elected as Pradhans should exercise their powers, rights and duties independently, and that they have no power to delegate these powers to any other person, including their husbands. The specific writ petition in question was filed by Gram Sabha of Madpuri village in Nagina Tehsil of Bijnor district. The court noted the absence of a resolution authorizing the Pradhan to delegate her rights to her husband. But the affidavit accompanying the writ petition was sworn in by the husband of the Pradhan. As a consequence, the court imposed a penalty of 5,000 rupees on both the petitioner Karamjeet Kaur and her husband Sukhdev Singh, instructing them to pay the same in 2 weeks. In addition, the court directed the Bijnor district magistrate to enforce measures preventing the Pradhanpati from entering the Gram Sabha and acting as a representative of his wife for the remainder of her term. The court also recommended that the copy of the judgment be sent to the State Election Commission. The Mumbai police today arrested the former mayor and Shiv Sena leader Datta Dalvi on allegations of making objectionable remarks against the Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde during a meeting organized by Uddhav Thackeray-led faction of Shiv Sena recently. The police has registered an FIR in the case and started investigation against Dalvi, who has been charged under various sections of the Indian Penal Code, including sections 153A, dealing with promoting enmity between different groups based on religion, race, place of birth, etc. Section 153B, providing with imputations and assertions prejudicial to national integration. 294, dealing with obscenity. And 504, dealing with intentionally provoking breach of peace. A police official from the Bhandup police station has confirmed the arrest of Dalvi, and the probe in the matter is underway. That was all on today's legal news. Thank you and keep watching Verdictum, and subscribe to our channel and download the Verdictum app on iOS and Android to keep yourself updated with authentic legal news.